Hello kiddos and welcome back to my channel. Okay, wait. Do you see that? Do you see that? I have a slightly different video for you. I honestly don't even know how to start this video. I figured I would do my winter routine, kind of like a get ready with me. Not winter, I guess fall/winter. And I would answer some questions, and this is all related to guy advice, dating, that type stuff. And boy, do we have juiciness coming to you. So I need water because I feel like I'm gonna get very thirsty. So before we start, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's free and you get a cookie. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat because I do things on there. Before you guys ask, this sweater is from Fashion Nova. This is not sponsored. That's literally all I fucking wear. Let's get started. So you guys know I really like a natural face. That's just kind of what I gear towards most of the time. So this is literally probably a 5-minute face. Like that's all it takes me. Very little products. We're gonna keep it nice and light, but juicy because these questions are okay, we're gonna start bold today, and I don't care. This is a very no filter challenge. So while I'm doing my foundation, I'm gonna take a Fit Me foundation, and this is Revolution Makeup or Makeup Revolution. This is the Concealer and Hydrate Radiance foundation with hyaluronic acid. I really like this foundation. Shout out to Jaina for giving it to me. She sends me PR sometimes. This color is just a little bit too light and a little bit too pink. So I like mixing it with this, and I like this is actually more on the liquidy kind of watery side, and this is a thick foundation. And literally I just use one pump. Okay, literally every time I film there's sirens. What is going on? First question is it wrong to suck on the first date? All right, listen. In all honesty, I just feel like we as strong, independent women have the right to enjoy sexual interactions, okay? It's almost as if like we're supposed to hide our sexual desires. No. So for me, it's more so like, okay, is the circumstance ideal? Is it somebody that I actually want to do that for? Is the person nice? Like, do you think they just want sex? You have to evaluate the situation before, you know? If you really like a guy and you can see that he's interested in you and you guys are kind of moving forward, I honestly don't see why not. If he's shown interest and this is somebody that you know, want to have something a little bit more serious with, I honestly don't see the problem. You're gonna end up doing it anyway. You know, that's cool as long as everything is consensual and you're okay. Mind you, you can stop at any time. If you feel uncomfortable, be like, you know what, listen, this is not for me. Gotta go, gotta blast, bye. And you can get up and go. And that goes for any sexual act. You can stop it and go. But back to doing it on the first date. Again, like I said, it just depends on who this person is. And if you're cool with just, you know, hitting and quitting, I honestly do not see the problem. If it's somebody that you trust, make sure, you know, they're clean and everything. Do your thing, sis. I don't see the problem. I'm a very liberated woman. There's so much pressure already for us to just hide that we have sex. If you feel right about it, I feel like you're asking me because you want to do it. I just say go for it. If everything is going well, I don't see why not. I don't understand the whole don't have sex on the first date. Like I would much rather know if I have sexual chemistry with someone, because if it's not there, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can date you. I'm sorry. But again, that's just me. A lot of women or men even don't want to have sex on the first date, and that's totally fine. It's not a must. Like it shouldn't be a deal breaker for people. And hopefully this person is not pressuring you to do it on the first date. If there's something telling you not to do it, then don't do it. You're in charge of your own body, sweetheart. Let's come up with words for these because I don't want to get demonetized. Sucking, popsicles. We'll say that. So yeah, I don't see. Is popsicle size important? Wow, we're just going straight into it, aren't we? Honestly, I wouldn't say I'm like the most experienced person. I feel like yes and no at the same time. I think it depends on, you know, the size that's pleasurable for you. It could be too big, you know, sometimes I feel like. Not that I've had too big before. I feel like I've had just right. But I've heard many stories of these women who have had very, very, very tiny. Damn, you really had to endure? Okay, if the person is not performing well, you can stop it, you know? If you don't feel butterflies in your cookie, why are you still doing it? And I understand men have very, very fragile egos and you don't want to feel bad, but dude, you're supposed to enjoy it. Sure, you might hurt some egos here and there, but damn, like, women are so used to just being there and not even have any type of feedback for the guy, because the guy always thinks that they're doing what they're supposed to do. Well, no, sweetheart, there's always room for improvement. So I feel like I went on a rant about something else. Okay, no, I'm gonna say no, it doesn't, but what does matter is what the fuck they're doing with it. Okay, for my concealer, I'm also using the Makeup Revolution concealer. I also really like this. I love the applicator for this too. It like really brightens your under eye too. So this one is actually very juicy, and I messaged the girl beforehand to get just a little bit more detail on it because I literally almost threw my phone across the room. So she goes, this is more like a story, okay? I live with my boyfriend and like we don't go out anymore, but he's always posting on Finsta that he wants to this girl want to do all this and that with someone, and I'm over here like, and when I ask him about that, he's always saying that he's playing, it's nothing serious, it's just something to post. And I don't know what to do anymore. I love him, but all of this just makes me sad, but I don't want to leave. Okay, so that just tells me right there that you are not gonna leave regardless of what I say, which is fine. I have no power over your relationship, but if he's saying he wants to, how do we call this? We need another term. Cook. If he says he wants to cook for another girl, I'm sorry, but what? That is so disrespectful. I don't know how long you've been with this dude. How long? It doesn't say how long you've been with him, but why would he ever think that's okay? Why? Just why? I don't know. I don't understand. I don't even know how to process this information. I was like, if I had a boyfriend, if I knew that my boyfriend was doing this, that's like the most disrespectful thing you could ever do. And mind you, I asked her, I was like, is this a model, an actress, like a celebrity, or is this a person that he knows? And she says it's someone that he knows. Like, so it's just a regular schmegular girl and he wants to cook for her? Sweetheart, that is not somebody you want to be with. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care. They're like, oh my god, but like people make mistakes. Yeah, people make mistakes, but I would not be walking around saying I want to cook for some other guy if I'm in a relationship. What is that? Unless you do the same shit back. Honestly, I'm a very vengeful person. And if he was doing that, I would do the same thing and see how he feels. Because at the end of the day, you say you don't want to leave him. So, you know, sit him down and be like, yo, what is this? What's going on? Why are you doing this? And let's say you do the same. Let's say you're like, oh, I really want to cook for this guy. He's so fun, blah, blah, blah. Let's see how he feels. And honestly, that's more my bullshit advice, because my real advice is to drop him, but I know that you won't because you just said that you wouldn't leave him. Yeah, either drop him or honestly play the same game. You know what? Whatever. I don't care. He sucks. He really sucks for that. I don't know your relationship well, obviously, but he sounds like he's a little bit of an asshole. Is this real? Oh my god. Well, while the sirens are going, I'm gonna spray my face with Mario Badescu Rose Water. That's my setting spray pretty much. Next, I do my eyebrows, and Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder Duo in the color Ash Brown. Boom. So I'm gonna do my eyebrows, and I'll be back to answer more juicy questions. Okay, this is a good one. What's your opinion on being bigger than guys? When I do my eyes, I just take a fluffy brush, and this is actually, so my friend, she has her beauty line and it's called Z Beauty, and I'm gonna take the color Stone. There, it's like a burnt orangey brown. So I'm gonna kind of just dust that very, very lightly. They're really pigmented, so that's why I do like a little bit. But okay, being bigger than guys. So I grew up pretty much being just bigger in general, and you know, a little bit bigger than my friends and stuff like that. Now it doesn't bother me, but before I was like, I felt like they weren't gonna like me because I was bigger. And there's another question there saying like, I'm chubby and I don't know if like guys will like me because I'm chubby. Okay, so, and this is honestly like a really big topic, so I can't just answer it in like 30 seconds. But eventually you're gonna start just meeting people that aren't gonna care about your weight. It's definitely difficult to see when you're younger because all you know is, you know, people in your school or, you know, in your high school, middle school. Hopefully you're in high school at least. Don't watching this video, please. But once you start branching out, you're gonna realize there's so many different people that will show you love just in general, maybe just as friends, but your weight is not gonna matter. So then when I started dating, and you guys know Nick, when I started dating Nick, at first I was very insecure because I was like, he was very tall and very slim, so I was like, are his hoodies gonna fit? Like, I always like thought that it was just gonna look awkward. He should be with a thinner girl because he's thinner, and this wasn't even that long ago. It was like 4 or 5 years ago. So like with time you'll start to understand. I wouldn't let that deter you from either asking a guy out, or I used to have crushes on these guys, on these boys in high school, and I'm like, oh, they probably won't like me because I'm a little bit bigger. And I feel like that ruined a lot of my crushes. And it was funny because probably a year ago, I asked somebody that I went to high school with, I was like, yeah, everybody's DMing me now because basically I blossomed. And he was like, are you serious? Anyways, he was like, no, like everybody was feeling you back then, they just like didn't say anything. And that kind of just made me realize these dudes their balls are not big enough to even ask you out in the first place. Just don't think about it. And it's definitely hard not to think about your weight, but if you know that a guy's interested in you, and if you like, you can just tell a guy's interested in you, don't even think about your weight, because then you're gonna second guess yourself and it's just gonna go south. Like, just enjoy the company, enjoy the attention that you're getting, and just don't let it get to you. Okay, I don't use bronzer anymore, I just use blush. So I just pack on blush like crazy, and I make sure to do it this way, not just the apples on my cheek, because I have round chubby cheeks, so you have to make sure you're elongating your face. I got this highlighter by Estate. It's called Do Me Pearl, and it is a pinkish highlight, and I literally put this right where my blush is. So see, ooh, and it's pink, so it helps with the pink vibe, you know what I mean? Then I do my mascara and then my lip, and then we're literally all done. I want to ask you about these two products. My mascara is by Pixi. It's called Pixi by Petra Lash Lift 188, and this has 2 wands. So it has this tiny one, which I haven't used because it's kind of drying out now. I need to get a new one. And then it has the fuller one, so I always just do this one. And lastly, my lip, and I've been wearing this every single day. I may need a new one, to be honest, because I literally use it every day. But this is the Revlon Ultra HD Vinyl Lip Polish in the color Date Night. So this is their mauve. It's like a brown, I don't know, but the consistency of this is like a lipstick mixed with a lip gloss. How do I feel comfortable being naked with my boyfriend for the first time? Very important question. It kind of goes into like being bigger, but I would just ease into it. So instead of just completely like stripping naked, you know, you could cut the lights off, just like maybe just like turn one light on so it's not too bright, if that makes it more comfortable. Start slow, maybe just take off your pants. You don't have to be fully naked right away, and if that's not something you're comfortable with, don't ever do it. Hopefully it's something that you want to do and not something that your boyfriend's pressuring you to do, and just take your time with it. It takes time being comfortable being naked in general, like even if you're just with yourself. I've been seeing this guy for 2 months. I want us to become something more official. What should I do? So it's been 2 months, which honestly for me, I don't think that's long enough. Obviously I don't know your history, so I'm just gonna assume that this is a new person, that you've only known him for 2 months, and that's not long enough to really get to know a person. But if you are ready, then of course, you know, talk to him, be very straightforward. And I think just like, you know, don't play games. To me at least, I would much rather have somebody tell me you know, straight up, like, do you see something or do you not? And if not, don't waste my time. And if he says no, then you dodged a bullet. It kind of just goes both ways. Like, do you think that he also wants to move in that direction? Okay, and last question. Would you have sex on the first date? I guess I kind of answered this already. And yes, I totally would. Long story short, I totally would. Just, I want to know. I want to know. Like, you can get along with someone great, but you know, if it's not good. People will be like, well, like, can't you teach him? Like, no. You shouldn't have to teach someone how to have sex. I feel like that's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I'm not a teacher. I'm not gonna teach you. No, get more practice. Go be a hoe, okay? Go sleep with people, okay? I just feel like you shouldn't settle. Like I said, don't settle for mediocre popsicle. And if this person thinks that just because, you know, we had sex on the first date, it means that, you know, I'm easy or whatever, then that's their perception of me. So if nothing happens afterward, I'm like, all right, whatever. At the end of the day, it was something that you chose to do because you felt comfortable and you thought the situation was right, and I don't see anything wrong with it. Don't do it because a guy's expecting it, you know what I mean? Make sure it's your decision and that you're making that decision for yourself and your body. So that's it for all the questions. Thank you guys so much for asking fun, juicy questions. Right, so it says the card is full, which means that I can't record anymore on my camera. So I'm just gonna do it on my phone. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you didn't, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do about it. Hope you're having a wonderful day or a wonderful night. Whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you next one. Bye.